Cyberpunk Edgerunners has gained a rise in popularity since its debut in Netflix this year. This cyberpunk anime has even helped the gaming franchise gain much needed momentum. Their story and characters are deep in their own way. In this episode, follow the events of edgerunner Lucyna Kushinada as we give you a small intro to this amazing character. Warning, there might be some spoilers ahead. Use caution. Without further ado, let me welcome you to the Cypunk feed. As stated by fandom, Lucy is a mysterious netrunner from Night City. She is quite introverted and doesn't like to talk much about her past. Although she looks innocent, she won't hesitate to kill a person in a heartbeat if they tick her off. Lucy also considers Night City a prison and dreams of one day leaving it for the moon. You might be asking, what are netrunners? Well, in the Cyberpunk 2077 franchise, netrunners are savvy hackers, but with a cybernetically augmented interface system implanted into their body. Using their brain-computer interface implants, they roam the internet looking for systems to hack and information to sell to fixers. Although anyone can enter the net, also known as cyberspace, most people can't use the menu. The menu is a group of applications, or apps, that are interface programs that allows a netrunner to locate remote, run software, control remote, LDL link, load, create, and delete. Netrunners were originally introduced to the Cyberpunk 2013 View from the Edge sourcebook. Netrunners use cyberdecks to jack in to the net, which allows them to interact with the net in a far quicker and more intuitive way than a keyboard would allow. Netrunner mercenaries are typically at odds with Netwatch, making browsing cyberspace even more difficult and dangerous than it already is. Corporations typically have their own netrunners working for them to make sure that their data fortresses remain secure, while mercenary netrunners can either be working for themselves or taking contracts for corporate espionage. Lucy is a young woman with naturally white hair and purple and red gradient pupils. She wears light red eye and lip makeup. Her hair is cut in a split bob with her left side left longer and dyed with a colourful pastel rainbow gradient. Her eyes appear to reflect with the colours of her hair. Lucy wears a cropped white jacket with a black sleeve and thighless netrunner jumpsuit with red accents over a white pair of shorts with high grey stockings and black knee-high boots. It is said that one of the challenges Cyberpunk Edgerunner's character design Yuo Yoshinari faced when designing Lucy was to avoid making her look like Motoko Kusanagi as the character looked in 90s Ghost in the Shell media. Despite this, Lucy heavily resembles Motoko in her SAC 2045 incarnation. In the Polish language, Lucyna means bringing light or birth, and is the nickname of the goddesses Diane and Juno. Lucyna is also referred to as the celestial body which is closest to Earth, the moon. In her early life, Lucy is of Japanese and Polish descent and was selected at a young age after having taken a proficiency test, alongside 12 other children, to receive training at an undisclosed Arasaka facility and become a netrunner. Being led on by the dream of serving the world's most powerful megacorp one day got her and the others through the toughest days in training. When their training concluded, they were moved underground to participate in deep dives into the pre-data crash net, as Arasaka sent them looking for knowledge that was lost. As they drove into the net, they were susceptible to old-world demons and rogue AIs. The children were picked off one by one, and it didn't take long until only a handful of them were left. After realizing that they could pursue other dreams instead of being enslaved by the corporation, the remaining children, including Lucy, used their netrunning skills to overwhelm the Arasaka staff and escape. While making their escape, most of the children were shot down one by one, and only Lucy managed to survive. After escaping, Lucy woke up in a junkyard, not planning to stay long. Roaming from place to place, eventually she ended up in Night City, no longer feeling like she was being chased by the megacorp. After being in Night City for some time, Lucy joined Maine's Edgerunner crew, where she was mentored by another netrunner named Kiwi. Around a year later, while stealing shards from corpos on their way to Corpo Plaza by N-Cart, she attempted to steal shards held by a teenager named David Martinez. He, having noticed her presence beforehand, utilized his Sandevesten implant and was able to intercept her actions and grasped her by her arm. Lucy shrugged off David's arm and grasped his with the motion to follow her. Lucy proceeded to interrogate David as to why he was messing with her job. After a short discussion, the two came to an agreement to work together, Lucy taking on David as her trainee, and split their earnings 70-30. Lucy challenged the boy to steal from a variety of people on the train and tested his skills. After they had enough, they went to a plaza to talk about their split. But David collapsed from not taking immunosuppressants for the new implant, and Lucy called for an ambulance. She then saved David's life from the corrupt EMT on the ambulance and finally brought him to dock when David was about to collapse again. She paid for David's immunosuppressants, but also secretly informed Maine about the Sandevesten, which he originally wanted from Gloria. Lucy then invited David home to her apartment and even included him in a romantic moonwalk brain dance. We tried to keep it at a minimum due to spoilers, but if you have the chance, you should watch this amazing anime, and if you did watch it, how did you like it? So, what do you like about Cyberpunk Edgerunners?